Have you ever wondered what niche to start with when you're starting your business? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to choose the most profitable niche that you already know something about. And the most important part about choosing a niche is making sure that you are already well versed in that niche. So I like to start this by asking a few questions. What do you currently know? For example, if you spend most of your time consuming gym content, lifting, health stuff, then it's probably a good idea to start going after those specific niches, such as personal trainers, gyms, CrossFit gyms, because you already know the specific vocabulary that they use. So it's gonna help you land clients quicker because you're able to resonate with them and get on the same level when designing ad copy and websites for them. Another one is, what industry do you know has problems and what are they? So for example, if you had worked in the roofing industry before, then this would be a good place to start because you already know the problems that roofers have. And most of the time it's getting specific leads to enter in quotes. So for example, you could go ahead and make sure that you tackle these problems right away inside of this niche because those are the pain points that every roofer and business in the roofing industry is gonna have. Now you can apply this to all different types of niches depending on where you've previously worked and what knowledge base that you have. So the third question I like to ask is, how can you fix these problems with software and automations? Inside of my programs, I teach a lot about automations and helping businesses solve problems that they can do with automations. So this is a great question to ask yourself, how can I solve these specific problems? For our last example of roofers, if we were to actually take a look, it may be an issue with generating leads. So how we'd fix that is we would do more lead generation. All right, the next thing I like to go over is a niche exercise. And how we do this is we're gonna go ahead and research this niche on Google Maps and look at different Google My Business pages. We're gonna look at all the different companies that are actually doing really well in this industry so we can get a feel for how they are doing it, and then we can apply that to our own marketing efforts. Now, I have about 10 to 20 different videos on my YouTube channel already going over specific niches, plumbers, roofers, HVAC, home service companies. So you can go ahead and check those out in my channel if that interests you and I have done a specific niche that you're going after. But basically what we're gonna be doing is if their website is trash and they don't even have one, then that's a good place to start. So for example, with plumbers, a lot of them don't have good looking websites and their call to actions are very lackluster. So it's very easy to target this niche because you have something that you can offer them right away by building them a quick website. Now, plumbers are often 1 to 2 man businesses, so they have very few employees, meaning they could benefit from marketing services that we can offer them to help automate some of those processes that they would normally be hiring out for. This could be text automations, SMS, email follow-up sequences, quote generators, etc. Now, the people that are plumbers from my research, they're not very techie of a generation, so it'd be easier to target these people because the majority of plumbers seem to be in an older demographic, or they're just not very tech savvy. So that's where we could come in and help them out. From doing a lot of research, I've noticed that they don't have any opt-ins on their website. That's a big miss where they could be grabbing some email or some contact information to then do a drip email sequence to get more information to the person that's going to be buying or just wanting more information. Through all of my research looking at over a few hundred different plumbing websites, I've noticed that none of them have automations, and if they do, it's very few. Only the top 1 or 2 that have over 1,000 good reviews, 5-star reviews on Google, seem to have their automations and everything in their marketing set up perfectly. I also noticed that with a younger generation of homeowners, you're gonna notice that people want SMS follow-up. They want to be able to communicate with their plumber or someone doing home service in a text message. Now, in order to rank higher in Google, you want to make sure that when you do complete a job as a plumber, that you are sending out a Google review request automation. Now, I noticed that these specific plumbers don't have that. The ones I researched at least didn't seem to have any type of backlink that went to their Google review to leave them a 5-star review. So that's something that you could sell them as well. Now, in this specific niche, they're gonna be on the job quite a bit. So there's gonna be times where they're not gonna be able to answer their phone from a lead that's trying to call them and do work with them. So you could also sell them something like no missed call text back feature while on a job. So if they miss a call, it automatically goes and saves into one of our sequences that we go ahead and follow up with later and shoot a text right to them so they know, hey, we're on a call right now, but we will give you a call back when we're done. So how we research a specific niche is we're going to go to Google Maps and we're going to type in a niche inside of a city. For our last example was plumbers. We're just going to go to Cincinnati. We're going to scroll out and then we're going to type in plumbers. And you're going to get 10, 20, 100 different queries that pop up. Now, we're just going to go through all these companies and we're just going to look at them and take notes. What do they have? What do they not have? We're going to look at their website, their opt-in page, the Google reviews. We're going to see where they're losing marketing share, and then we're going to go ahead and take notes on that. Do they have low reviews, bad reviews? Do they have SMS phone numbers? Do they have text enabled? Is their website outdated? Is it generic? Is it a template? Is it even functioning? Some of these plumbers websites that I went to, their websites didn't even function. And you can go and check out a video I did right here where I go over the plumbing niche and how terrible their websites are. The next thing we're going to look at is, does their website function as a funnel with a clear call to action? A lot of these websites seem to just have a list of their services and what they do, but they don't have any clear call to action that's front and center for you to want to click and get a quote or learn more about their company. Now, believe it or not, a lot of these links were broken as well, where I'll find dead end links or I'll click our call to action and it won't work. For example, a lot of these websites I looked at during my research, they didn't even have a phone number attached to their call to action, especially in mobile view. When you press F12 to go into mobile view, you can see that they're not even mobile optimized, and a lot of the time that is really restricting people from viewing their website, because a lot of the people nowadays are searching for these companies on their phone. So you want to make sure that everything on the website is mobile optimized and mobile responsive. So like I mentioned earlier, if you don't know what to look for specifically, you can go ahead and watch my funnel hack series where I go over in depth different niches and then I rip apart their websites so that you can see what they need to improve on and how they can get more customers and more leads into their business. This is a great starting point if you're not sure exactly how to optimize the website for your client. So I would suggest to go ahead and watch those. And if there's a niche that you want me to go over, go ahead and leave a comment down below and I'll get into it. I hope now you have a better idea on how to do research for specific niches so you can start selling websites today. I'll talk to you in the next one.